Yo, my dude. How you doing?
Did you get beer?
I did. I got 2 beers because they were together in a pack and I didn't want to separate them.
That's a good idea.
They seemed like close friends.
I have a much greater distance between myself and the beers, so I generally have... I've got 2 coolers, right? One is your standard, like, reaches halfway up the beer, like your standard average everyday cooler. And the other one has a zip on it, so it goes all the way to the top. And so I drink the one with the lower cooler first, and then work my way to the one with the higher zip top.
That's just smart. That's just smart.
Yeah, in Queensland, you've got to manage your beer frostiness.
Well, I was more sadistic with mine. Of course, the campaign we've been in recently has been Curse of Strahd. I'm going to drink this beer while its friend over there watches me.
Oh, damn.
That's really fucked up. No, please, don't, Mr. Mod. Ah! Okay, this is starting to turn into a snuff film. You like that, don't you? Okay, so the music stopped, so I probably need to put that on loop. Okay,
I always knew you'd end up doing that, going to snuff films.
Always. Okay, so I need to put that on loop. See, we already found something. So that's going to be on loop. So do you have the stream open?
I believe I do. There we go. Yes.
Can you see music?
Give it a refresh, because it's... Yeah, it says you're offline.
Ooh, that's not good. Are you on Among Mates D&D?
That's right. Oh wait, Among Mates 40. Oh fuck. Okay.
I'll check on mine. No, mine says I'm online.
D&D is streaming Dungeons and Dragons. Watch now. I'm watching, and it's a picture of a wagon. That wagon has a whole lot of adventuring opportunities.
Okay, well, if you can see the wagon, you can see the next bit ready.
Drop him.
Oh, I see you already got
How undignified.
Hello, they're playing pool.
Drop them.
Oh, Sean McAuliffe.
Exactly. The man knows. The man knows. Djeaff. Welcome.
I just love my comedy.
He's amazing. Sean McAuliffe. I actually have his book somewhere here. I read it again the other day. Pre-Incarnate. It's one of my favorite books. Basically, right at the start, the guy dies. He goes to heaven. They're like, listen, there's a limited amount of souls, so we're going to have to just send you back in time because we can't like put you in a new body. So we're going to send you back in time and you'll just take over that body. And he slowly works his way to try and save himself in the future.
Oh, wow. That actually sounds really good.
But it's very, very funny. It's written like Sean McAuliffe comedy the whole way through. So, Djeaff, I would like to welcome you to the first official with the overlay episode of Debriefing Strahd. Now this is kind of, I don't want to say a podcast, this is like the gap episode in between episodes where we can go into the backstory, go into the characters, go into the story of the campaign so far. And I chose you as someone that... Have you ever watched one of the episodes?
Watched.
So I'm going to ask you questions that only a true fan of the show would know the answer to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and I want you to answer, and don't hold back. Like, I want you to really go to town. and really enjoy this. All right, so let's start with a very simple question. Who is your favorite character so far? Like favorite character?
My favorite character.
Out of all the characters that we've seen so far in the 3 episodes, which character would be your favorite?
Well, we haven't seen many characters, have we? It's mainly been just kind of murdering the living piss out of things.
Yeah, in a verbal and non-murdery way, 100%. But out of like, so we've got Aragorn, who was the innkeeper. Then we had Henry the innkeeper. Aragorn was the character that gave us the quest to go get rid of the ghosts. And then there was a dead skeleton half hanging out of a chest. Out of those 3, which is your favorite?
I'm always a fan of dead skeletons hanging out of chests. I'm biased.
No, fair enough.
If you at home are a dead skeleton hanging out of a chest, then hey, I'd like to meet you.
I love it. Yeah. So it was very interesting. The note that the skeleton had clutched in his hand. That we read that note at the end of episode 3. Do you want to, like, for the listeners, like, I know it's spoilers, but do you want to just read out your synopsis of what, like, I know you won't get the words exactly right, but just for the fans that, like, love the feel of the note because it was so impactful, do you want to sort of sum up what the note said for us?
Yeah, it said that there are no fried chicken restaurants these days since KFC's really taken over, and it's very sad. Oh wait, I got the wrong note.
Yeah, no, that was the note. That was the second note. This is the third note.
Let's see now. Did I? No, that's not it.
Oh, that like, it doesn't have to be exact. Like, what you did for the second note was perfect, but just sort of sum up the gist of it. Like, what was the letter from Strahd to us saying?
What if I told you that I don't remember the entire contents?
No, that's all right. Like, just if you like take a guess, it'll probably be very correct. I'll just I'll give you that artistic creativity to sort of tell us what it said, and I'll see how good your memory is.
Okay, so Strahd is very happy with the mechanical pencil sharpener we sent him. And he has bought his own of the same model pencil sharpener and decided to send us back our own along with a fresh new one.
That is exactly right. That was almost word for word what it said. That's fantastic. And why he needed a second pencil sharpener, we'll never know. Like, that is, I think that's the mystery of Curse of Strahd.
He was doing a course in graphics.
Is that it? I didn't.
Yeah.
I actually didn't piece that together.
Course.
An online course, and he got a pencil sharpener.
Yeah.
Gosh.
He bought himself a scanner and everything.
I think Strahd needs to get caught up on technology. I think that's the real sad thing about the Strahd story. Now,
That's very possible.
I did want to ask you a question. I sort of went out on the edge with my accent. The accent I chose for Tane Nue, I thought I was out on the edge, but you actually wrote me an email telling me how much you love that accent and how great you are at doing that accent. So if you could just say a few lines, even just make up a little 2-sentence story in that accent, because I'd just love to hear that accent.
Right. Can you remind me what was the accent like again?
No, you said you had your own take on it, but like you're really good at it. It's a very. The way I went about it was kind of like the angry guy out of Ted Lasso. A show that you're obviously very familiar with.
Out of what?
But like I know, like I heard the recording you sent me. The very edgy accent that I did. Do you want to try? Like you were saying, you're such a fan. Do you want to say it back to me? Sort of do my accent for me.
Okay. Dave's not here, man.
That's right. I went with the perfect Chong accent. That's exactly right.
No, this is Cheech, but doing a Chong line.
That's what was so. You picked up on it. That's what's so edgy about that accent. It was an impression of Cheech doing Chong's accent. His method. Oh, that's mate.
Hey, you doing my lines again? Hey, fuck off, man.
I love it. But no, the so far, and this will be the last question because obviously we're not going to keep you here all day. And also you paid me $20 to come on this show, so now I've got you $20. I'm just going to end the stream very quickly. But out of 7, what would you rate the story so far?
Well, so far, right?
Mm.
I've a lot of chopping of heads and a lot of blasting of cunts, and I think I went down for a bit, which is kind of usual for me. So, average story. It'd be a great story if I didn't die for once, or at least go unconscious for once. But yeah.
Perfect. Well, that's basically what we've got here for the Debriefing Strahd with our number one fan who's never seen the show, Djeaff. So, Djeaff, did you want to say anything before we switch over to our actual D&D game where I'm not just showing off an overlay and pretending to interview you?
Yeah, for those at home, don't eat the chicken if it's pink.
That is a very important message.
Yeah, either take it back to the restaurant or keep cooking it, just don't eat the pink chicken.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I think it depends where you're getting the chicken from. So I'm with you right there. Obviously, if you're at the restaurant or you've taken it home, you can take it back to the restaurant. What I've found is you can actually call KFC and tell them they served you something that was bad, and you don't have to bring it in. They just put a little marker next to your name. That's always good. A little bit of a tip for those people that want to make sure they get all the chicken they can eat.
There was a guy, I forget which country he came from, but he just went all around his country pretending to be a KFC fried chicken inspector.
Is this for real?
This is for real. He got fined for this because it was fraud. And he went around to multiple restaurants pretending to be on the lookout to check their merchandise. And yeah, the guy toured around doing it too.
Dude, that's the fried chicken version of the female body inspector. I think you get away with this. I think if people are silly enough to give you free food because you said you're a fried chicken inspector.
If there were enough KFCs in Townsville, I just might do it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. You wouldn't want to upset the only chook shop in town.
Yeah, there's, I think, 3 or 4. There's not many.
But, you know, if you do run out of them, it's only a 16-hour drive to Brisbane, so...
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Rockhampton's halfway along. They've got a KFC.
Rockhampton's not a real town. That's a military base.
Yeah, that's where I was stationed when I was very young, yeah.
swing over, I'm actually testing.
It's a black screen. Shit.
Hey! We'll turn off that screen capture. So, Mark's not here today.
No, it's just me.
It's just you. So, I think we'll probably end the stream soonish. Because I don't know if you want to play a one-on-one D&D. But what we can do is I actually had some notes from our last session. Let me just bring this up. So here we go. My face just lit up when this came on. It says, Sprite called Fanta, Bill the Bastard. Sergeant Placeholder, dead. The wizard named Tim Pereri, dead. Reserve, dead. Ended session with goblins chasing. Hang on, let me just get your name. Shit Smile to cut his ears off. Mark's character, Old Cranky Pants, set him on them. Do you have anything to say about that?
I think I think I'm gonna have to do something desperate to keep my ears, but I don't know what that is yet.
I'm actually trying to work out what the role is to keep your ears. But yeah, so we actually ended. You guys started the game with 3 people helping you. Very quickly, Sergeant Placeholder died. Then you presented Reserve a bouquet of ears, and he noped the fuck out. Then you guys pulled a sword out, and had a big showdown with a whole heap of 20-foot tall statues that were all killing you. Mark pulled a sword out and got 2 levels.
I remember that. Yes, I was very jealous.
But then all the statues came to life, and Tim Pereri, the wizard, was beating the drum, which stopped all the statues, but he was stuck in there. And eventually he tried to make a run for it and got cut down.
Oh dear.
Oh, you also had a Riz slash what's it called when you make fun of each other? Roast battle. You had a Riz slash roast battle with the goblins, where you guys were so funny they started killing each other, and they said you guys were all right. They let you live.
I know how to riz up goblins.
Well, at the moment they're about to kill you. So the goblins, you level 1, and Mark at level 3 sicked them on you and said, "Yo, this motherfucker's got elf ears." And they're like, "What? Let's fucking get him." And that's where we ended the session.
Oh dear.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. We will wait till Mark gets here. But
I was going to say, if I've got to fight these bastards alone, I might be in some trouble.
But I did want to tell you about the mechanic that I have ready for us if you guys manage to finish out the boss room.
Oh, okay, a mechanic.
So rather than have like a big town where you guys roam around and do stuff for ages and, we just dick around and lose heaps of time, I was like, how cool would it be if when you come back to town, you can make a choice. And so it's like, one is rumor mill, where you can go to the pub, talk to people, go talk to the hero hall, and get rumors about what's on the next floor and things like what sort of enemies could be on the next floor 2. 2, is blow off steam, make friends or enemies, maybe make some money. Who knows where the night will take you. 3 is artisanal fun, where you make something, work on a project, work on a spell or a recipe. 4 is dungeon specific training, where you actually do training to try and gain advantage or a bonus towards something in your next dungeon mission.
Ooh, okay.
Bastion, more like Bestian, where you work on your living space or work towards a new one. Politics and envoys, which is where you make contacts and partnerships, deals, and possibly gain reserves and items. Reserves is like where you hire a hireling or you get given extra weapons or something that could help you.
Oh.
And logistics and foraging is something that you might do where you're like collecting, salvaging, scrounging, harvesting, growing, but when you need items to do the artisanal fun. And the last thing you can do is another one after this, but the last one of the official ones is take time, which is where instead of going back into the dungeon, you will take an extended leave of absence where you can do a few of those things listed below.
Right.
And then the last one you can do is if you can't be fucked choosing, there's one called Devil's Gamble, where you'll tell me something that you are interested in getting your hands on, and you likely will be able to find it and get access to it, but you are giving the DM full license to do whatever the fuck he deems necessary to balance the game or make your encounter crazier.
Oh dear.
Mm.
Right. Let's see now. I'm sure there's some fun thing that I could concoct up that would. Let's see now. For a warlock, probably a glove with a targeter on the back of it, so that when I launch my spell, where are you? My Eldritch Blast, I'll actually have a crosshair.
I like that. Makes sense to me. Let me just move this down here. Cool. So let me just post that in chat. And then we are good to go for next time. It's a shame Mark's
Yeah.
not here though, because
Yeah, it is that. I wonder what he's doing.
he's probably working. Or, to be fair, it wasn't on last week. It was on the week before that. It wasn't on the 2 weeks before that. So I wouldn't say it's the most consistent thing I've ever done.
That is true. I just try to get on board because it's like, fuck, I just want to play a game. I run a game every Monday. I've shifted that to Tuesday now, but still, it's like I'd like to play a game as well as run one.
Yeah,
I guess I'm just weird.
that's not weird. Makes perfect sense. A lot of forever DMs try and get out of DMing so they can play a game.
Oh no, I, I'm I'm not on my way to becoming forever DM. Surely, I can't be.
The I did hear a really good line Let me just, I think it's actually in the chat just above this in Twitch clips. Yeah, so if you go to Twitch clips in the Discord just above Great Dungeon Crawl, do you have access to that?
I think I do, yes. Twitch clips and scrolling all the way down the bottom.
You're just going ahead and just opening up the door?
Yeah, well, we gave a knock and there was no response or anything. And so in Fusion's mind, we need directions. Someone's in the house, there's lights on, we heard like the crying. And so I don't really care why she's crying, I just need directions. So I'm going straight inside.
One thing, you're just going ahead and...
I love that so much. It's the most bloodthirsty thing I've ever heard. I go in, not because I care whether she's crying or not, or what she's crying about. I just need directions. Fucking doesn't give a fuck. Oh, I love it. D&D is amazing, man. All right, well, we've tested out Debriefing Strahd, which is what I wanted to do. We made space for if Mark turned up, he'd come into a stream, which would be very funny. I've reminded you that you're doing a... Like, the way I imagine the last session ending is with Mark's character pointing at your character and going, he's got elf ears. Those goblins are like, let's fucking get him. And then you, like, running away, jump into the air and it freezes. It's like, well, those boys are always getting into trouble. And you'll have to catch up next week to see whether they get away. And little ding.
Ah, them Duke boys.
At it again.
Yeah, I could do worse than Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, it makes sense. But yeah, so let me just get rid of that. I'll repost it because it's neater now. I think... Can I make this open in browser? I know what I'll do. I want to make an image. Save it. Save it in Mitch, Documents, D&D. That'll do. Dungeon Crawl DT. And I go down here and I go image. Downtime. There we go, perfect. There we go. Now we can see all that.